All right, so when we're using the air hammer, we're going to be using the universal heads, which are the rounded heads. So the set pieces that we need on those are the ones that have the corresponding dimple in them. This is a number 30 or a 1/8 inch rivet, so it was going to be the second to the smallest size, and we'll double check to make sure that it actually fits in there good. And then when we go to set up this air hammer gun, remember with this set piece, we use the beehive cone that's on there. And I'm doing all of these adjustments with it not plugged into the air hose. So the air hose is disconnected right now. The set piece is gonna go in, the beehive is gonna go on, and it threads on easily there. We're not forcing it too much. If you're pushing down here, it's gonna kink up the spring, so we actually are trying to twist from the back side of it there, and you'll see it starting to thread onto this fairly easy. Sometimes it gets cattywampus and jumps off there. You kind of go back and just set it back in there. So I'm just twisting from the top until it's about here. And we're going, what we've decided was it lines up with the 4X mark. It leaves just a little bit there. And I'm gonna grab it and check and see that it doesn't come out. That's a good set piece for us there. We're not gonna plug it in and try it, just keep it ready to go. The next step is oil your gun. I'm checking to make sure that the gun is in a good, proper operating order. It looks pretty good. The threads are tight. That's good. We're not going to mess with the air adjustment much right now, but this is what would adjust the air pressure with how hard the hammer is going to hit. Next step we're going to do is plug it in after I've already inspected the hose, made sure that that's not leaking or anything. Plugging it in. Remember, it's got the release valve, but these ones are the click set, and it's good. Don't run your gun without it against something. It's just safe procedures there. Next thing I gotta make sure I'm doing is my safety glasses, and I gotta put my earplugs in. The number one thing we wanna do with these is we are not aiming these and shooting them when they're not against something. These pieces are bouncing out, and it's a spring that can get loose without the pressure on there. This can go shooting across the room. It could hit a fellow student or whatever. Make sure that when you are doing it, no one is directly behind you and no one is directly behind the bucker. So you just kind of angle your vise so it's in a spot that you guys have a clear line of sight and no one's, everyone's paying attention when they're around. Ear protection is a must there, but don't run the gun when it's not against something. I'm gonna be the gunner in this one here. Ray's gonna be the bucker. First thing we're gonna do is get rid of our cleco with the cleco set. So it just comes off. I'm gonna work left to right. I like to keep it in a pattern. That way it gives us good space to work from one side to the other instead of all over. I'm gonna put my universal rivet in with the head. And Ray and I are going to, in just a moment, push on each other here. And we're gonna make sure we're both doing it very parallel, very even pressure. We'll do 3 quick bursts when we go. Ray is pushing against me and I'm pushing against them. And I'm ready, set. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's how you do it, just quick and easy. The pressure on that was a little low, but it does look like it squished it. That's actually perfect. I actually like that. I think it's because my earplugs are good there. Did that feel okay?
Yeah, it felt really good.
And I'm looking at the face of my dimple or my rivet that we did. I don't see any smiling. We do have one that's a previous example of a smiling on this guy. On the inside here, you can kind of see the smile there. But so again, the big thing is the communication. Ready, set, okay, fire. Are you good? I'm good. And then I'll just do 3 quick bursts. If you guys are gonna do something different on communication, make sure that you're in agreement on that. Like, okay, I'm gonna do 3 bursts, or I'm gonna do 1 longer burst, or I'm gonna say okay after each burst there. The one thing that I like to do is make sure that I'm using my middle finger for my trigger finger, and my pointer finger is kind of helping me keep level. I'm gonna let go a little bit, and you'll see that Ray is actually applying pressure so that the rivet is back and forth. We want that equal pressure so that I'm almost pushing more that way so the head doesn't come out. The other thing I'm gonna do is I have my elbow at 90 degrees, I'm kind of locked, and my feet are actually kind of positioned like so. That way I'm not falling over. We do have some force pushing on each other here. So I'm set. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna do the call out and communication. I'm gonna say, Ray, I'm gonna do 3 quick bursts. I got pressure and I'm set. Are you good?
Yes.
Okay, ready and go. All right, and so that was really good. Still no smiling. And we can see the back side of the rivet here is squished and flushed. Now on the bucking side of it, the most important part is that we're perpendicular and level with that. Ray has it very straight on there. The main thing that you want with your thumb is you don't want it straight forward because the force is going to be pounding against it, which is also going to be pushing against your thumb. So you kind of want to wrap it up on there and make sure that you're staying as perpendicular as possible and parallel to the ground. So that's a pretty good stance right there when they're ready to get bucking. All right, now that we are all done, the last and final step is making sure we put everything put away and take it apart properly. First thing I'm gonna do is remove the air. You don't wanna work on your tools without the air on them. So pull it back and it goes. I'm just gonna set the thing on the ground. To remove the beehive, this is where you're actually pushing with tension against the back of it here. It will make it easier to unscrew. If I tried to go back here, it's just tightening itself this way. So you're pushing with the tab until it's all the way off, and then you can pull it out. Put that in the holder. I'm gonna take out my set piece, set my gun down. I'm gonna put my set piece in the proper spot here that it goes. The gun itself shouldn't need to adjust that. That proper air pressure is set. That was a really good job on those things. So I'm gonna leave it where it was and put it back in the container. I'm gonna put my Clecos and my Cleco clamps away, close my rivets so I don't spill those. Close this guy up and back in our toolbox.